House managers, on behalf of the House of Representatives, rise in opposition to Leader McConnell's resolution. Let me begin by summarizing why.
This is the rebuttal for the last one.
Before you to present the articles of impeachment against the President of the United States for only the third time in our history. Those articles charge President Donald John Trump with abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. The misconduct set out in those articles is the most serious ever charged against a president. The first article, abuse of power, charges the president with soliciting a foreign power to help him cheat in the next election. Moreover, it alleges, and we will prove, that he sought to coerce Ukraine into helping him cheat by withholding official acts, two official acts. A meeting that the new president of Ukraine desperately sought with President Trump at the White House to show the world, and the Russians in particular, that the Ukrainian president had a good relationship with his most important patron, the President of the United States. And even more perniciously, President Trump illegally withheld almost $400 million in taxpayer-funded military assistance to Ukraine, a nation at war with our Russian adversary, to compel Ukraine to help him cheat in the election. Astonishingly, the president's trial brief filed yesterday contends that even if this conduct is proved, that there is nothing that the House or this Senate may do about it. It is the president's apparent belief that under Article 2 he can do anything he wants, no matter how corrupt, outfitted in gaudy legal clothing. And yet, when the founders wrote the impeachment clause, they had precisely this type of misconduct in mind. Conduct that abuses the power of his office for personal benefit, that undermines our national security, that invites foreign interference in our democratic process of an election.
How can some other country interfere with our elections?
In Article 2, the president is charged with other misconduct that would likewise...
Please, somebody, tell me. How can another country interfere in the U.S. of America's elections? Aren't they only counting American votes?
Destructive of our constitutional order as the misconduct charged in the first article.
Okay.
If a president can obstruct his own investigation, if he can effectively nullify a power the Constitution gives solely to Congress, indeed the ultimate power the Constitution gives to prevent presidential misconduct, then the president places himself beyond accountability, above the law. Cannot be indicted, cannot be impeached. It makes him a monarch, the very evil against which our Constitution and the balance of powers it carefully laid out was designed to guard against. Shortly, the trial of these charges will begin, and when it has concluded, you will be asked to make several determinations. Did the House prove that the president abused his power by seeking to coerce a foreign nation to help him cheat in the next election? And did he obstruct the Congress in its investigation into his own misconduct by ordering his agencies and officers to refuse to cooperate in any way, to refuse to testify, to refuse to answer subpoenas for documents, and through every other means?
Where's the whistleblower?
Case,
this is all a curtain for Hunter Biden and Joe Biden and that little Burisma thing. That's got something to do with this. These guys right here are fighting something so that they can make Donald Trump look shitty.
We believe that it does, and that the Constitution requires
whether he is or not, I don't
must
know.
be deemed
He
irrelevant.
used to be a Democrat. I guess you can turn. I used to be a Himalayan. Now I'm Christian and Yes, that's a new one. Christian and an entity. I used to be Himalayan. But I'm not getting that anymore either, so I'm Christian and an entity.
But I would submit to you, these are not the most important decisions you will make.
Oh my frickin' word, this goddamn people.
How can any decision...
How inane and asinine can you be to do things like this to just We gotta get this guy out of here. We gotta do this to this guy. We gotta get this guy to do this.
The most important question is the question
I
you must
hate
answer
this one.
today.
I don't like this guy. I'm gonna vote against this and vote against that.
Get a fair trial.
Jesus
Will there
Christ,
be
people.
a fair trial? I submit that this is an even more important question than how you vote on guilt or innocence, because whether we have a fair trial will determine whether you have a basis to render a fair and impartial verdict. It is foundational.
I've already made up my mind.
Every other decision
And the two clowns down in D.C.ville that are gonna fuck this up are Blumenthal and Murphy. They're both Democratists.
By the bias in the proceeding. If the defendant's not
No wonder Connecticut's all fucked up.
It's not a fair trial. So too for the prosecution. If the House cannot call witnesses or introduce documents and evidence, it's not a fair trial. It's not really a trial at all. Americans all over the country are watching us right now. And imagine they're on grand jury or they're on jury duty. Imagine that the judge walks into that courtroom and says that she's been talking to the defendant. And at the defendant's request, the judge has agreed not to let the prosecution call any witnesses or introduce any documents. The judge and the defendant have agreed that the prosecutor may only read to the jury the dry transcripts of the grand jury proceedings. That's it. Has anyone on jury duty in this country ever heard a judge describe such a proceeding?
Not hypothetically,
and call
but.
it a fair trial? Of course not.
You friggin' Democrats, you're just talking good game. You Republicans, you're just fucking stupid. Both you guys are fucking idiots. I hate you. I can't stand you fucking guys. You're absolutely zipperheads for anybody in this United States that want to help themselves. Because you guys are making this hole that we're in.
You must allow the prosecution and defense.
I should shut up. This is my day right here.
To call relevant witnesses.
Yeah, this is my day right here.
It's
1:30 in the afternoon and I'm watching the impeachment. I don't have to work, people. I'm paying for this impeachment already.
So what does a fair trial look like in the context of impeachment?
Not today.
It looks like every other trial. First, the resolution should allow the House managers to obtain documents that have been withheld. First, not last.
Alright, enough of this shit. I'm gonna watch it, but you guys aren't.
Which witnesses are most important to call?
Impeachment, no medal.
When